we've talked a little bit about the buildup of toxins. Let's talk about detoxifying or cleansing. What should people know before they start something like that? You can go to the over the counter and buy the liver cleanse supplements and things like that. What should people know before they go down that road?
Well, I think the first step is reduction of the exposure sources. Why go to through all the hassle of cleansing or detoxification if you're still loading stuff in? You know, if you got a hole in the bottom of your boat, fix it before you start bailing the boat. It's going to work much better. You know, so that's number one. You know, is, and again, that's going to take care of over 80% of the circulating toxicants, you know, in your bloodstream. Probably the first step is they should never take any kind of detoxifier until their bowels are open. I mean, that's the main exit route. And if you go to a theater and chain the exit doors and scream fire, you're going to have a problem on your hands. So let's get the exit routes open before the crowd hits. Many people are constipated because they're deficient in magnesium. That's where they have the hard, dry stools, rabbit pellets. Magnesium is one of the most important nutrients for all the detoxification systems in the liver, for the production of glutathione. So making sure they have magnesium and their bowels are open. Now, many, if they just stop eating their reactive foods, their bowels will open too. So I'd say step one is opening the bowels. Step two would be doing some good fibers that, once the bowels open, can help move the toxicants through. Rice bran fiber is the best researched of all those. There have been, in the 1980s, there was a spill of PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls, both in China and in Japan. These were where things that were sold as cooking oil was contaminated with PCBs. Both those countries have registries for the people that were poisoned. PCBs is the same thing that the KGB snuck in Viktor Yushchenko's food when about a decade ago, you know?
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of study, both in China and Japan, on how to get this stuff out, because it's not supposed to leave. I mean, the half-life of this stuff is supposed to be like 40 years, right? It's not supposed to leave. And it turns out that rice bran fiber increases the amount of PCBs, chlorinated pesticides, DDT, dioxins, brominated flame retardants in your poop. It clears it out of your body. The second thing that has been documented to increase that is chlorophyll. So eating, you know, dark green leafy vegetables. Hello, have you heard of that in any of your interviews as a healthy thing to do? Have you heard of brown rice as a healthy thing to do? Both of these are common. Matter of fact, they're two main components of the macrobiotic diet, which, interestingly enough, has a number of anecdotal accounts of people with cancer having spontaneous cancer remissions. And the third thing that has been documented in the medical and scientific literature to increase the excretion of these persistent fat-soluble pollutants is green tea.
Really?
Oh, wait, I'm coming up with a diet. Green tea, brown rice, green leafy vegetables. No one's thought of that before, have they? Those are all known components of a healthy diet. And now they're all documented to help clear things out. So before someone would go down to the health food store and say, hey, I want a detox, and I get a kick out of this, I tell you. I go down there, I mean, like this conference, there's a new book out, the 10 Day Detox. Yeah. God, I so wish I could clear all the toxins out of somebody in 10 days. Oh my God, do I wish that were possible. It's not possible. You know, we started with these persistent pollutants we got a load when we were in mama's womb. We added to that with mama's breast milk. Then every day we've been alive since then, we've been adding to it. You can't reverse it in 10 days or 3 days or, you know, I was thinking today, maybe I should come up with a book that says the 30-second detox diet, and the first page go, gotcha, if this is what you want, this is not the book to read, because that is impossible. until they make the Star Trek transporters where you could set the filters to clear out the toxicants. You know, when we get to that, we can do the 30-second detox or 10-second detox. But until then, you know, open your bowels and don't go get these other things just yet. Start changing your diet and lifestyle to avoid the most persistent toxicants. Do the brown rice fiber. If you don't like to eat brown rice, get a brown rice fiber product. There are a lot out there. Do green leafies. If you want to do green drinks, more power to you. You know, green tea. You know, and there's so many astounding health benefits with green tea. The cancer researchers, the PhD cancer researchers refer to green tea as the finest chemotherapeutic agent known to man. Well, start with those three. And then add in some of the brassica family. The broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts. Those all have chemicals in them that ramp up the liver's ability to clear environmental toxicants. So I would start with these things over any product in the store. I mean, basically you're looking at food, which you're going to have to pay for anyway. Why not just start adding that in? Why don't you just start with one meal a week, adding it in? If you like it, add it into 2, or add it into 3, or add it into more. But if you start adding that in, your toxic load is going to be down. Now, let me tell you why I say that. There's another food compound. It's a food additive, and it's already been shown to increase the amount of PCBs and DDT and those things in your poop, in the toilet. It's called Olestra, the thing that Procter & Gamble had in all their food. Mm-hmm. And up until just recently, you could buy it in their fat-free Pringles. Yep. It's now no longer in their fat-free Pringles, so I have no sources to tell people to take anymore. But a couple researchers, 3 docs, got this fella in Australia. He had diabetes, which is associated with PCBs. He was obese, associated with PCBs. His PCB levels in his fat were like 2,300 parts per billion, horribly high. Whenever he tried to lose weight, he'd get chloracne and feel awful. Because when you lose weight, the blood level of your persistent fat-soluble pollutants goes up. He couldn't lose weight. What they got him to do is they got Procter & Gamble to send all these cases of Pringles down there because Australia didn't accept any food into its country that had Olestra in it. So they had to make a special deal there. He ate 7 fat-free Pringles a day. 7. Not enough to cause what was referred to as anal leakage, which is why the stuff isn't in any Procter & Gamble. Because if you ate a big thing of Pringles,
not good.
You have a mess in your pants. He ate 7 a day. At the end of 2 years, his PCB content was down to 138 from 2,300. He was not diabetic. He was not overweight. Just moving a little bit more PCB out every day over 2 years' time. Hey, do you want your health changed in 2 years? Just start making some of those simple changes now. You don't have to go and buy extra stuff at the health food store. Sorry, health food store owners.